Welcome into Colts Talk, presented by Prize Picks. Billy Beebe with you, an at-home version. And if it's an at-home version, that means there is breaking news with the Indianapolis Colts. And yes, there is breaking news. Indy has gone out and signed Keenan Allen, the veteran wide receiver, the former Charger, at one point Chicago Bear. But they finally go out and get that veteran receiver that we have talked so much about them needing, fans wanting, even Chris Ballard and company rumoring. They've been working out all these names, none of which were that big of names, and then they go out and get Keenan Allen. Apparently the names that they worked out didn't prove themselves to be what they need in another wide receiver opposite Alec Pierce, which, again, Pierce dealing with an injury situation of his own. We will get to that. We got the news from NFL insider Jordan Schultz, the Colts signing six-time Pro Bowler Keenan Allen to a one-year deal worth up to $8 million. The Colts actually had a lot of salary cap space. They were one of the top 10 in the NFL for months now in salary cap space. So it was no issue for them to go out and sign Keenan Allen. I think it's an addition that a lot of fans are welcoming. Again, you have Alec Pierce, and then competing for that wide receiver 2 spot, it's been Nick Whisper-Kine. It's been, mentions of Ashton Doolin, who's been earning the job and starting in that spot. There's been other names as far as rookies and other veterans competing for that spot, but I think there was a looming feeling that the Colts needed another name to add to this wide receiver group to play opposite Alec Pierce on that other side. And again, Alec Pierce not even healthy right now, right? He is not practicing. He's not in joint practices. He's not in training camp. So really, the Colts needed another wide receiver. They needed another important name to add to this group to help them and give Daniel Jones another weapon to work with Josh Downs and Alec Pierce and Tyler Warren and Jonathan Taylor, another weapon on this offense. Well, it is former Los Angeles, I almost said San Diego, Los Angeles, however you want to put it, Keenan Allen, former Charger. Keenan Allen is coming to the Indianapolis Colts. Real quick, grade the Keenan Allen signing. That's right. What do you think about this one for the Colts? A, B, C, D, or F? What do you think about the Keenan Allen signing for Indianapolis? A, B, C, D, or F on this one? And again, the Colts, they have a nice 1-2-3 weapon-wise, right? You have Alec Pierce, who you just re-signed to a 4-year deal, huge 4-year deal. You have Tyler Warren, who enters year 2 after 800-plus yards as a rookie. And you have Josh Downs, who many are predicting will have, whether it be a breakout year or a big year or something like that. You do have a good core 3 of weapons, but right now at the wide receiver 2 spot or the outside spot opposite Alec Pierce, it's been Ashton Doolin, who's been, earned the job and is a fun story and is really great, and I still think can help this team a lot. But he's an undrafted free agent. It's entering year 8 in the NFL. He's mainly played special teams. He's had some boomer bust moments. We really didn't feel like he could be a consistent, stable number 2 for this team. Out there, they go and get Keenan Allen. Again, the Colts have looked at, we've mentioned Stephon Diggs. Can't confirm the Colts have looked. We have mentioned on the show Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, some other veterans. And again, Keenan Allen last season with the Chargers, 81 catches, 777 yards, and 4 touchdowns, only 2 drops in that one. So, a lot of you are wondering, Keenan Allen washed, or how old's Keenan Allen, or what's he got left in the tank? Actually looks like Keenan Allen has a lot left to give for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, a team that could really use help at that wide receiver 2 spot. You want to give Daniel Jones all the weapons you can, all the options that you can. Chris Ballard's job is on the line. Daniel Jones is only on a 2-year deal. You just paid Jonathan Taylor. This is a team that wants to win now, and this is a move that reflects that. Also a team, looking to fill that Michael Pittman Jr. spot, right? Who just became too expensive for them as they were trying to re-sign Alec Pierce and make some moves on defense and offense and pay Jonathan Taylor and pay Daniel Jones. It became clear they need to move on from Pittman, and they've been quietly, I think, low-key searching for a replacement or somebody to at least try and fill not only the on-the-field situation, but the off-the-field situation with Keenan Allen. Maybe bringing some veteran leadership to the Indianapolis Colts. Good opportunity now to tell you guys about Prize Picks. That's right, America's #1 sports picks app. for a reason. We love to talk about Prize Picks on the show. Right now with Prize Picks, they have early payouts. So if your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Season-long lineup for you guys to check out. Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor for the Colts. We'll take more on Jonathan Taylor's rushing touchdowns and more on Tyler Warren's yards. I especially like that one because he had more than that last season. So we feel like he could get that again. And then no fun, kind of hate watch more on CJ Stroud's interceptions coming up this season. And again, those are season-long lineups. You can put to the game lineup, season-long lineups, or others on Prize Picks. Plus, when you play your first $5, you'll get $150 in bonus lineups if you win that first lineup. Just use code HMA when you sign up. That's right. Prize Picks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join. Lock in and win that first lineup. That's code HMA at sign up to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineups on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. So back to the Keenan Allen discussion. I think the past 2 years have actually been better than many would think. Chicago, 15 games played, 744 yards, 7 touchdowns. He then returns to LA, 81 catches, 777 yards there, 4 touchdowns to go along with that. Still a guy that has a lot of football, I think, left in him. Still a guy that can play a lot of good football for the Indianapolis Colts. And again, one of the looming questions or one of the looming issues is, not to be a fear monger or any sort of issue, but Colts fans are growing worried about Alec Pierce. He's at the end now of what's supposed to be his rehab timeline or his timeline to be better. And, you look at him, you watch him, he's barely moving out on the field. He's not participating in drills on the side and doing things on the side. He's just really talking with Reggie Wayne every practice. So in a way, Keenan Allen also an insurance plan. And I noted maybe if the Colts did bring in a veteran receiver, it would be a worry for me that something may be more serious with Alec Pierce. Now, we can dive more into that, but I did want to take this opportunity to welcome Keenan Allen to Indianapolis, to the Indianapolis Colts. And if you want to join me in doing so, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button on the video. As you see that number go up, that means more and more Colts fans are welcoming Keenan Allen to the Colts. I did also want to note head coach Shane Steichen has a history with Keenan Allen. That's right. Steichen was with the Chargers from a good stretch there of about 5 years from 2014 to 2020. In that time, Steichen served as some time as offensive coordinator. Allen was on the team. They have a relationship, and Allen played pretty well under Steichen in that stretch. So it's going to matter. It's going to play a part, and it's going to be important for Shane Steichen to trust Keenan Allen, to make him a part of this offense, to make him an important part of this offense, and to get him involved overall. So you would think going into the season, what does the wide receiver room look like now? I don't know if Keenan Allen automatically jumps to that wide receiver 2 spot. We need to see what he looks like, what kind of shape he's in, how he's feeling, how the coaches feel he looks. Obviously, you would hope they know something about him with the signing here, but I do think this bumps Ashton Dulin back a little bit. I think Nick Westbrook-Ikine hasn't impressed as we had hoped. Right. Deion Burks is a rookie that I think a lot of people had hopes for on the Colts. He hasn't quite taken anything or done anything at a high level. So I do think when you start week 1, again, pending injury news to Alec Pierce, we'll continue to monitor that. It should be Pierce on the outside, Allen on the other side, Downs in the slot, and then Tyler Warren. Those are really good options. I think really solid options in the offense. Plus, of course, your workhorse, your bell cow running back in Jonathan Taylor. And that's a group that should be able to ease Daniel Jones into the season as he continues to get healthy. And then, again, if something were to go wrong for Daniel Jones or anyone else for the Indianapolis Colts, you just have weapons. You have options. All those things are going to be important. So, again, it is Keenan Allen joining the Indianapolis Colts on a 1-year deal. NFL insider Jordan Schultz reporting it could be up to $8.32 million. The Colts have about $30 million in cap space, so this doesn't break the bank for them. It doesn't set them up badly. They're going to be okay. They've had this money. We've talked about, Allen. We've talked about Stephon Diggs. We've talked about Curtis Samuel. I think Keenan Allen's the right fit. Diggs a little dramatic. Diggs has had his issues. Allen steps in, with some veteran experience, still some solid numbers over the past few years, and now you want to see him help this Colts offense from the get-go. really. We will keep you updated here on Colts Talk as to when Allen arrives, when he'll practice, when he'll play, is he starting right away, all the questions that need answered with the addition of a veteran and big name that Keenan Allen is as he joins the Indianapolis Colts. So what you want to do now before we finish out here, hit that subscribe button. Colts Talk is free. We're working here late to bring you an update on Keenan Allen and more. Be sure to subscribe to Colts Talk